Hi, everybody. Welcome back to JNC Sports. I'm Jackson.
And I'm Cameron, and today we actually have a special guest. We have Sam Gaming here on the podcast. Say hi, Sam.
What's up, guys?
He's going to be discussing the latest sports news and stats and rumors with us today, and we're glad to have him here. Make sure to sub to his YouTube
Yeah.
channel. He does a lot of video games and stuff. Cool little
Yeah.
channel. Let's talk about probably the biggest sports news of the week, right? J.J. Watt leaving the Texans, being waived by the
Man.
Texans for nothing.
Yeah, man. Look, five-time Pro Bowler. He's a five-time All-Pro. He's a three-time Defensive Player of the Year. 101 career sacks. What are the Texans doing that are making all these superstars leave? I don't know. What do you think, Jackson?
It's ridiculous. He was the heart and soul of that franchise, and I honestly thought it would be like a Ray Lewis type of situation where he's like Ray Lewis was a Raven for life. I thought J.J. Watt would be a Texan for life.
So did
Like
I.
he has
I don't.
that bond with that franchise. They drafted him, they developed him, and he has given them great season after great season after great season of leadership and of course defensive stats.
Yeah, man. Look. After the way he's played, I don't know what the Texans are doing, but the Texans have profusely somehow scared their talent away. And I think they may need a change in the front office or something because obviously a lot of these guys don't like him.
I know
So,
it's terrible what's happening down there in Houston. It's an exodus of talent and draft picks that has been happening.
they just lost their all-time this guy who had an MVP like season, Deshaun Watson, gone. And now JJ Watt is going to be gone.
And of
JJ
course,
Watt's
Nuke Hopkins last offseason, one of the
yeah.
best elite wide receivers in the game, gone.
Yeah, I mean, look, Sam, what do you think about JJ Watt? What's your opinion on him leaving?
Along with Deshaun Watson leaving, I think there's definitely something wrong with the Texans.
I know, right? It's
'Cause
it's
Yeah.
crazy.
I think they wouldn't be playing for him whether who's coaching or anything.
Yeah, I can't say that helps Deshaun Watson. I think it does actually help Deshaun Watson's case that Houston's just exiling talent like that just for free. They didn't even try to trade
Yeah.
him.
Well, didn't he ask to leave?
He did ask to leave, but he didn't. He
No,
they
but
could have
like
traded him for something.
yeah. Yeah, what we're saying is that these players are asking to leave. So what's going on? But anyways, look.
Yeah, that's what I
So
thought.
yeah, no, I got you. Don't worry, buddy. Let's talk about QB Carousel. We got a lot of quarterbacks this
Oh yeah.
off season to
Oh
talk
yeah.
about.
Maybe
So
one of the wildest off seasons we've seen in a while.
let's talk about let's start out with Carson Wentz. What do you think, Jackson?
Carson Wentz. Well, we talked about him a lot last week, so we'll keep this brief. He's a broken quarterback right now, and I'm not sure if that's because of the coaching or because of his own
Yeah,
doing
but
his own forcing of plays. But I think he needs to go to a place that is a quarterback fixing place, and I think that's probably Indianapolis because he's got connections with the coach there. I think that
yeah,
he can have at least moderate success in Indianapolis.
yeah, but
The other,
but
the other
Jackson.
main destination that have been talked about is Chicago, which I think he would fail in, honestly.
Look, Jackson, I'm going to contradict myself from what I said last week. I did some of my research like I do usually, and like I did some of my research last night. Finished up a lot of my notes today, and I saw that over the last 4 of the 5 seasons he's played, over 3,000 yards passing, and his completion rate has been over 60%. I kind of feel like I'm an idiot. He's played really well up to this point. I think something had to happen this year. I don't know. I mean, people have off games, but I don't know why he had an off season. I think, like you said, I will agree with you on Indianapolis. I think, like you said, the connections he has, Indianapolis is looking for that type of quarterback. It's not like he's 38 years old and he's ready to retire. He's got 1 or 2 more seasons left. He's got plenty of seasons left as long as he plays the way he did 2 years ago or 3 years ago.
But he played
five.
so it's not like he had a mediocre season. He played spectacularly bad.
Yeah,
Like
look.
failing in a firestorm.
Yes, but it wasn't just him. Like, I mean, that whole team. Like, it was.
I
Look,
mean, his help was kind of devoid, but he threw so many bad passes that it was clear it was not the receivers.
yeah, look. Last year, he played like Carson Wentz was a decent quarterback. This year, Carson Wentz played like Carson Wentz was a quarterback that shouldn't be in the NFL, I think, in my opinion. But I don't think it's all him, in my opinion. I think yes, the passes were bad, but I think at the same time the Eagles' talent really didn't help him that much either. Yeah, look, he had some really, really, really bad passes. He made some really bad decisions. But you gotta look at it. There's no I in team type of thing. So he's not the reason that the Eagles played so badly. Yeah, but he is a contributor of it. But
Well,
look, I think
if you look at the tape, he's trying to extend plays and so hard, and he's trying to do it all himself that he ends up shooting himself and his team in the foot.
yeah, I agree with you on that one. But I think Indianapolis would be a good place.
I agree. I agree. Let's talk about the double trouble QB tandem of Mitch Trubisky and Nick Foles. And you think any of them are gonna stick with the Bears? Either of them are gonna stick with the Bears?
I think we all know the Bears are either going to let him go or they're going to leave. I think
Trubisky
Trubisky was the worst decision that the Bears front office could have made. I think they should have taken Mahomes or Watson, even though they didn't want Watson. I think that they were so excuse the language. They were so hot and horny over taking Mitch Trubisky when he had a decent college career, but it wasn't like he had this spectacular career, and it's not like he had one decent season. I mean,
he was a
he's
Pro
a
Bowler
mediocre
like 2 years
quarterback.
ago.
That's what I said. He had one decent season. But like,
He's not there.
he's
He's
just
not
kind of
the
been
QB of the future.
he's just kind of been mediocre ever since then.
Yeah, nothing that lives up to his number 2 draft pedigree. That's for sure.
What do you think about Nick Foles?
Nick Foles. See, this is a hard one because I could see him going like a multitude of places, but I could also see him staying with the Bears. And if they bring in more competition, because Matt Nagy, the coach of the Bears, and Ryan Pace, the general manager of the Bears, are both really fighting for their jobs this year. If they don't succeed, it's going to be their heads which will roll because of the years of mediocrity in Chicago.
Yeah, look.
But I could also see him going like somewhere like the Eagles if they get rid of Wentz. They love him in Philadelphia. He's a god there, Big Dick Nick.
Yeah, because Nick. I mean, look, the season that he had in the playoffs of that 2017 season, he'll always be loved in
Philly special, man. That was crazy.
But look, just like Carson Wentz was this year, he is a mediocre quarterback. I mean, he's not like anything special. I mean, in my opinion, what do you think? I mean, it's not like he's, like I said, it's not like he's a Patrick Mahomes. It's not like he's a Lamar Jackson. He's not that special,
Yeah, but
he's a good
I don't
player,
think that the Eagles are trying to win right now. I think they're they've got to be in a more of a rebuild mode, right? With they have almost no talent at wide receiver. Alshon Jeffrey's old. They almost have no talent at running back. Their defense played like shit this year. They really don't have a whole lot. They might be inclined to tank, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, look, the NFC East was a whole joke this year. So, I mean, a 7-9 football team wins the division. I mean, that's only happened one other time, and that was the 2010 Seahawks, I think, right?
I think there was also a 7-8-1 Panthers a few years back, but yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I think it was one of those years that the Seahawks won.
Division.
Yeah, I mean, but it's just like I say about the Jets. Like, the Jets are in a rebuilding stage. I agree with you. I think they're in a rebuilding stage, but I don't think they need a mediocre quarterback for a rebuilding stage. Just like I don't think the Jets.
Final word: Mitch Trubisky, stay or leave, and Nick Foles, stay or leave.
Well, back to what I was saying. I think that they're both mediocre. I think that Nick Foles should not go to.
They both.
I think.
Top 30.
I think that Carson Wentz, not Carson Wentz, Mitch Trubisky and Nick Foles, both mediocre quarterbacks. I think that they both are going to leave Chicago, or they're going to be forced out because, like you said, front office, GM, and head coach kind of on the line there.
So both go?
Both are going, and I don't know where they go, and I don't even know if they go anywhere, in my opinion. They're mediocre. Maybe they go as a second. Maybe they go as a two-string guy. I don't know. What do you think?
I'm going to hit Mitch Trubisky with a stay. He's probably going to sound like a one-year deal. Because Ryan Pace probably doesn't want to admit he made such a big mistake. But I'm going to go with
Ryan Pace will never admit that. So what's your final decision right now?
Mitch Trubisky stay, Nick Foles go.
Okay, so we agree on one. Now, what do you think about Dak Prescott and him wanting to leave, or rumors that he wants to leave?
Again, another guy we've talked about. I think there's no way he ever leaves Dallas. Jerry
Yeah,
will
but
not let him go.
no, just like the whole rumors that Aaron Rodgers said he was gonna possibly leave. Like, there's no way Green Bay's gonna let go of Aaron Rodgers. He's their franchise guy. Just like, yeah, the Cowboys have had an last 2 years. Not such great this year, but I just don't see them getting rid. Dak Prescott is. People say, oh, he's overrated. Excuse me, like, Dak Prescott is a fucking talented quarterback. He just needs a team around him. I say he
And that
stays. I
really
don't see
showed
him going anywhere.
after he fractured his ankle this year, and Andy Dalton could not put up the same numbers with the talent that the
Andy
the
Dalton
Cowboys
hasn't
have
been
on
the same
offense.
since 2015, dude. 2015 was the year Andy Dalton fell off.
I think that says more about Dak Prescott and how he was carrying the team to wins than Andy Dalton. However, Sam, what do you think about what do you think about Dak Prescott?
I don't think he's gonna leave, because, and I like him too. I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. Dad's from there. I think he's good, and I don't think the coach would let him go.
Yeah, Jerry Jones, Dak Prescott makes him money, and he is not going to let him go.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones is like a normal person. He's going to do what he needs to do to keep his job, and Dak Prescott is what's going to make him keep his job, in my opinion.
Well, he's the owner and the GM, so I don't think he's going to lose his job. He's going to die before he lets go of the Cowboys.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Like,
I know what you mean. He's going to take the steps to make the team the best and most money making as possible.
It's like he won't lose his job as the owner, but like he doesn't want to be known as like the owner that let the Cowboys fall off and trade away the talent, stuff like that. It's just like any man would be like, look, I'm gonna do what I can to keep my job. Just like I would just like anybody would do that. I think he's gonna be smart about it, and he's gonna say, one, I want my reputation to be okay in Dallas, and two, I want my team to succeed, so I get paid and I make money for the Dallas Cowboys.
Speaking of keeping your job, let's talk about Mr. Model Man, Mr. Jimmy GQ, Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oh, he's gone. My opinion, I say he goes back to New England.
That's been a huge talking point. He's had like basically 2 seasons out of 3 that he's been injured and just hasn't been able to come back. He had the high ankle sprain this year, and last year another lower leg injury. I think it was like a broken calf or something like that.
Look. I think that the reason the 49ers went to the Super Bowl last year was not because of Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oh, no.
He was no. He's an okay quarterback with a great team around him.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he was out this year. So the team didn't function like they normally do. They had a lot of other people. They had a lot of injuries this year as well. So I say he goes back to New England just because New England needs somebody.
So you're gonna say go for?
Oh yeah, no, they're not. They'll probably either if they do get rid of him, he's going to New England. But I'm kind of on the line about that. Jackson, what's your final say on Jimmy Garoppolo? Stay or leave?
Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm going to have to go with leave because the 49ers Super Bowl window it's going to be short-lived because they have a lot of mouths to feed on that defensive line. It's already kind of started happening. They had to trade DeForest Buckner last year to the Colts. But I think they have to make a move on the quarterback market. I think they already tried to. I heard rumors of an attempted Kirk Cousins for Jimmy G trade.
So my next question to you is going to be, what's your opinion? What do you think about Kirk Cousins? Do you think he's a confusing one in my opinion? What's your best prediction for Kirk Cousins this year?
Kirk Cousins, he's not the problem, but he's not the solution either.
No, I agree with you on that.
The Vikings are just there, and I don't know. I don't think they're built to make a deep playoff run, and I don't think Kirk can take them on a deep playoff run. Because he has a problem with winning big games, but I don't know. I have no idea, honestly.
Look, I think, in my opinion, the NFC North is kind of like the AFC North, in my opinion. Yeah, it may not be as competitive. There's some not so great teams. You have the Bears, which are You have the Packers, which are good. You have the Lions, which they're in a rebuilding stage, and you have the Vikings. I think the Vikings are kind of like the Bengals. I think they're just kind of there. When people talk about the AFC North, they talk about Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Cleveland. Where's Cincinnati? Cincinnati's there. I think
I don't know if that they're built to go on a deep playoff run, but
Just like I don't think like I said, I think they're just like I agree with you. I think they're there. They're just like Cincinnati. They're just kind of there, and I don't think Kirk Cousins is the answer to that. I think they need a young guy that they can build up to possibly make them when Aaron Rodgers goes.
I'm going to say
The
tentatively go for Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, I don't think Kirk Cousins wants to go. Just like he said, he wanted out of Washington. He got out. I think he loved Minnesota, but I think Minnesota doesn't really. I think there's no hard feelings there, but I just don't know if Minnesota wants him back.
Sam, what's your opinion on Kirk Cousins?
Sam, you there, bud?
Okay. All right. Let's move on. Let's talk about Cam Newton. Had a mediocre
Oof.
year with the Patriots. Really.
Yeah, no, look, Cam Newton, he 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 hasn't been that great ever since a couple years ago. So, my opinion, Cam Newton, I say he go. I don't think New England wants him back. I think we could both agree with that. I just don't know where he goes. What do you think?
Yeah, New England definitely does not want him back. Maybe somewhere like Washington, I feel like would be a good fit
I
for
think
him.
Washington wouldn't be a bad fit for him, right? Yeah, I mean he wouldn't be. He let him play out his last 5 years, maybe there, not maybe five, but let him play his last couple years out there. I mean, that wouldn't be a bad idea. So on to our last two here. We got. I want you to give me the scoop on what you think about Sam Darnold because I don't know what the Jets are going to do with him.
Sam Darnold. Now this is like a choice that Robert Saleh has to make, and Joe Douglas as the Jets GM. Is Sam Darnold their guy? Can you develop him after a couple years of being screwed over by Adam Gase? Is that worth it? Do you take Justin Fields? Do you trade for Deshaun Watson? Or is Sam Darnold your guy and you can rock with him?
I look. I think that Sam Darnold was. I will hold on to this until. I think I will hold on to this forever. I think Sam Darnold was good talent that was used too early. I think that they put him in the starting spot way too early. I don't think he was ready for it. I think he needed to learn on the sidelines from a veteran guy, almost like Rodgers did, almost like Brady did, type of thing. But he was put in way too early, and like you said, the head coach problem really screwed him up.
Hmm.
And I think that they're going to let him go, but I think it's their own fault. I think they're going to say, "Look, it's our own fault. We wasted your talent, and we apologize." But I don't think they're going to keep him because I don't think they have any use for him anymore.
I think they keep him and use their crazy draft capital to build a great team around him, and then we'll really see if he's the real deal from
I
out of
think,
USC.
unfortunately, Sam Darnold was he was built for failure, and I think we can both agree with that.
Well,
Sam
Adam
Darnold,
Gase has a history of ruining quarterbacks. When Ryan Tannehill left him to go play in Tennessee, he broke
yeah,
out.
yeah. I mean, yeah. Look, I think that he was built for failure, like I said, and I don't think the Jets think that that's the right spot for him. I think they're going to trade him less as though for them and more so for him. I think he needs to find a place that, like you said, there's a team around him. And I don't think the Jets are going to find that true talent team for the next 2 years. I think it'll be like a year or two. They're in a rebuilding stage. But look, on to our last guy, Teddy Bridgewater. What's your opinion on
Teddy
Teddy Bridgewater?
Bridgewater. Now, the Panthers paid him. They paid him, and I don't know that was a good move by the Panthers and their GM. He was benched late in the year for former XFL quarterback PJ Walker, and I think they want to unload him. They tried to trade for Matt Stafford. Actually, I don't see why they would do that, but they're obviously
Yeah.
trying to get rid of him and that whale of a contract that's weighing them down cap wise.
Look, I mean, out of 6 seasons, he only had 2 with 3,000 passing yards. I mean, he out of 5 out of 6 seasons, he had a 60 completion rating, but again, that's because he didn't play that much. I don't think they
Yeah,
want him
he didn't
there.
play a lot.
I think they don't want him there, and I don't think he wants himself there. I think he just wants to go where he thinks he's going to be welcome. In reality, I think he just wants to go where he'll anywhere. Anywhere that'll take him because I don't think anybody really wants Teddy Bridgewater.
That's a really big contract for a backup quarterback, though, I think.
Yeah. Look, I don't think they want him. I think they want somebody else. But look, on to our second to the last thing for the night for football, at least. Let's talk about Drew Brees and
Oh, yeah, the Drew Brees
one of the
retirement.
greatest quarterbacks of all time.
We never really talked about this. We kind of started the podcast after this happened. Um, but
Well, look,
he's one of the greats of our time, really. He's the all-time leader in passing yards, all-time leader in completion percentage, all-time leader in
mhm.
completions. and he's just barely behind Brady for all-time passing touchdowns.
No, look, he's got 80,000 passing yards, a little bit over 80,000, but he's got 80,000 completion yards, and his completion percentage is almost 70%. Did I say completion passing yards? I'm sorry, I meant passing yards. His career record is well over 50 wins above 500. And his passer rating is almost 100. He's gonna go down as probably one of the top 5, top 10 all time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But
And just the effect he's had on that city. They love him there. He brought them their Super Bowl after Hurricane Katrina.
he had
That was just
opportunities to make
so
several others.
uplifting.
Yeah.
It was Walter Payton Man of the Year, I think 2008 or 2009. But he's just a great guy.
Yeah,
And he was like one of the people that I know you did and I did too. We just grew up watching him. One of the greats of our time. Grew up watching him, Brady, Rodgers.
Yeah, man. A lot of the people with the newer guys of the generation of 2010s, they're not going to understand what we grew up watching, the greats that we grew up. There's a lot of young guys in the league right now. A lot of the old guys are leaving, and Brady's the last of a dying breed. I mean, there's what now we've got Drew Brees out of the picture. Rodgers is only 34, 35, but he's going to go soon. He's going to go in the next till 2026 probably, something like that. Brady's got maybe one more season. I mean, I remember growing up watching Brady in the or the AFC Championship almost every year, blowing out the damn Ravens or shitting bricks going and watching the AFC Championship with Tom Brady and saying, "Oh my God, I don't know if we're
Peyton
gonna win or
Manning,
lose."
yeah, those were the days,
Yeah, I
man.
mean, I remember and watching the NFC Championship, seeing Drew Brees there all the time. I mean, Peyton Manning. I remember, like I said, seeing seeing the Ravens play guys like that. Even though Drew Brees has never beaten the Ravens, thank God. Seeing him play like them, like you always get those nervous feelings because they know how to control the game. And now those guys are leaving, and it's just kind of like it's crazy to me. Even Eli Manning's gone, and Eli Manning wasn't nearly as good as his brother, but he was a good quarterback. I mean, but anyways,
Yeah, we wish Drew. He's probably going to retire, so we'll wish him the best in retirement.
I wish Drew Brees the best in his retirement, and I hope he knows he's no doubt going to be a top ballot for the
first ballot Hall of Famer for sure.
Yeah, first ballot in Canton, Ohio for the NFL's Hall of Fame. But what do you think about the increasing number of games and the decreasing of the salary cap next year? That's a hot topic.
That's going to be a doozy. I'm not sure the Players Association like that so much. 17 games and no bye weeks. I think they should have 2 bye weeks. Just the toll that the season takes on these players' bodies is absolutely insane.
I think
the salary cap decrease is going to create a cap crunch for loads of teams. Like, for example, the Saints are like $100 million over the salary cap. $100 million over. That's crazy. How do you even do that?
Yeah, I mean, you got these big teams. I think the smaller teams, they're not going to have to worry as much about the salary cap. I think the bigger teams, like the Saints, they're royally screwed, I think. But I think no bye weeks is stupid. I think they should add an extra week with a bye week, or I think they should.
Well, they have one bye week, but I think they should add an extra one.
Yeah, you think they should add an extra one? I think they should. Yeah, maybe because there's because second half of the season. I think the increasing number of games is going to be smart because there's no 8-8 seasons anymore. There's no 500. There's 467 or 567 or whatever the record is. But look, I think that these new changes to the NFL, the game's changing. The game is really changing.
Sure. And for our last football topic, let's talk about Orlando Brown. Orlando Brown, tackle on the Ravens. Just a little bit of backstory. The Ravens franchise left tackle, who was given a massive extension, Ronnie Stanley, was injured in week 5 or week 6, and Orlando Brown stepped up to fill that left tackle position this season. And now he has said on Twitter and to the organization that he wants to exclusively play left tackle, and he will not accept playing on the right tackle position. That apparently stems from his dad, who played left tackle, and who wants his son to also play left tackle. Is his dad wishes. He thinks that playing left tackle will get him more money, which he's correct. He's correct, but this has created a difference between the team and the player, and he has requested a trade, which the Ravens have granted.
Yeah, I mean, I think the game, like I said, the game changing. It's all about money. I mean,
It's not about. It's more about his dad. He wants to fulfill
I
his
know, but
dad's.
you just openly said that it's like
He
it's a
will. He
lot
will make
about.
more money there. I'm not sure if that's a huge factor for him. He will make more money there. That's for sure. It's a more highly paid
I
position.
think it's a shame for us Ravens fans. We need defense, and we need a lot right
Well,
now to
he's an
become.
offensive tackle.
I know, but I'm saying like we need. You know what I mean by we need defense for like like not just defense. Like we need guys that are going to protect Lamar Jackson. We need guys that we need stuff like this. He was one of the key contributors to why we won so well. And he played good. I mean, yes, he played good quote unquote offense, but he defended Lamar Jackson very well. He blocked, he stepped up when he needed to step up.
And he was good at
And
right tackle before that.
no, I just believe um I just think that even though you didn't understand me before when I meant defense, I think he was great with defense. If you know what I mean by defense, he was great with with defending Lamar Jackson. He was great with stepping up when he needed to, and I just think that he really it's going to be a big fall for us. I mean,
Yeah, for sure. But I think that the Ravens can most likely get a first rounder because franchise left tackles who are like Orlando Brown usually don't come on the market like this. They're usually given a pretty big contract extension, just like Ronnie Stanley was given.
hmm so that concludes our NFL status of the week. But let's move on to dugout talk, my favorite of the night.
My favorite. So MLB is going full speed ahead with the season. I have not heard anything about like you know shortened seasons like the NBA or the NHL are doing. It's just full speed ahead. Spring training looks to be starting on time. Opening
Which is
day
great.
seems to be on schedule. What do you think about that?
I love it. Like I said, I'm a baseball player myself. Baseball's my passion. So this is awesome for me. I was all hyped up when I heard about this. You know, baseball is going to be baseball again. I'm really happy about it. I want to go, and I may not be able to see baseball games, but I don't want it to be this stupid 60 game BS. I love opening day. It's a spark for us baseball players. But on to the trades. So the Seattle Mariners decided to sign James Paxton to a 1 year deal, which I think James Paxton in 2017 had a stint where he was one of the best pitchers in baseball, and he's not been that great, but
The
he's been
Eagle
a
has
good
landed.
pitcher. He has been a decent pitcher. So I think that's going to be a good stepping stone for the Mariners. They're nowhere near the top of the AL. They're nowhere near the top of the league, but they will definitely be stepping in the right position with picking up a veteran like James Paxton.
Mm-hmm.
But we've also got uh, Kevin Pillar signing with a 1 year deal to the Mets. I have the Mets taking I haven't taken the NL East. I think the talent they're picking up right now is going to give them the division. I don't think the Nationals are going to win it. I think the Mets are going to take the division.
Yeah, the Nats have a lot of
They picked
questions
up
on offense,
Mookie.
that's for sure.
They picked up Mookie Betts. They picked up not Mookie Betts. Francisco Lindor. They picked up Kevin Pillar. And yes, Kevin Pillar's not that a fantastic player, but he's a good player. I mean, they need some steps, but I see them taking their division. On to our last talk of the night.
The
We
penalty
have
box today.
yes,
Penalty box, Jackson's hockey segment.
Jackson's
So
favorite part of the podcast.
we've got the 3 stars of the week. Let's take a look at those. We've got Cam Atkinson of the Columbus Blue Jackets scoring a bunch of goals and points from the week. Marc-Andre Fleury, making one of the most spectacular saves I've seen in a long time. Flower has those. He's got that penchant for making those crazy saves. And Brian Rust of the Pittsburgh Penguins, scoring a couple goals against my Capitals, and overall having a really good week. And the NHL will be starting next weekend at Lake Tahoe, playing 2 games on a golf course on the side of Lake Tahoe, which I think is dope as shit, honestly. They don't have any fans to put in their stadium, so they're just like, screw it, let's just play wherever we want, right? I think that's
Right.
that's pretty
No,
cool
look,
with all the mountains in the background and on the lake, and that'll be really cool to watch, I think.
I think one of the biggest things for me that's really making me happy this year is finally sports are starting to return, and sports is my thing. I'm an athlete, just like you are. And with baseball starting back up on schedule, so in 2 months, which I'm really, really hyped up about, your hockey's doing well. Football's getting some changes, but they'll be,
They'll
they'll
be back.
they'll be back. The Olympics are scheduled. I
Oh yeah,
mean,
the Olympics next year.
uh,
Tokyo 2021.
yeah, man. You mean this year? Stupid.
Yeah, right. Well, it was 20. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. And one last piece of hockey news: Alex Galchenyuk getting traded twice in 1 week,
Wow, that's crazy.
going from Ottawa to Carolina for Ryan Dzingel. From Galchenyuk going from Ottawa and Carolina getting Galchenyuk, and then getting traded again about 2 days later to the Maple Leafs for prospect Igor Korshkov and veteran David Warsofsky, and that's just crazy, right?
Yeah.
Twice in 1 week, you're just like, oh, I guess I'm moving to Carolina. Nope, guess I'm moving to Toronto.
No, man, it's crazy to me. I've never seen that before, except for the one guy, I forgot his name, that ended up playing for two teams in the playoffs for the NFL. That was
Oh
crazy
yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah. Like some left tackle or something. But
Yeah, some left tackle ended up getting traded after his team got knocked out.
oh yeah,
But
because
no,
he was like he dropped and then he got picked up by I think it was the Packers.
yeah, he got picked up by the Packers.
But
But
Galchenyuk now has been on 7 NHL teams. I think he's just going for catch 'em all. I think
yeah, he's just trying to find a championship, I think.
he's just gonna take a league wide tour, get the best
So
of everything.
So that concludes our night. We had a bit of a late night tonight, but that concludes our podcast tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching us. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to follow our Spotify podcast and go watch on Anchor. Go watch anywhere we got it.
We got YouTube.
Thank
We
you
got
guys.
YouTube. Don't forget.
Oh, I said like and subscribe.
Oh, okay, you did. All right, let's go. All right,
Don't
thank
forget
you
to
so much
comment
for
as
watching.
well.
Comment, like, subscribe, do anything where anywhere podcasts can be found. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great week.